Hello.
We're back.
Ladies and gentlemen, roosters and hens, Cock Talk is back. I'm here. I'm not at MBF Express. I'm Cock Products. With me, as always, is our trusty producer, Mr. Grateful.
Hello.
And Waddle Waddle Racing Blake. How's everyone doing now?
Doing good. How you doing?
I'm doing great.
Good, Tyler. Good first intro.
I'm sure a lot better than Tyler, who doesn't have power currently, still.
I'm officially uncomfortable as hell.
He said, what the hell is this?
I knew Tyler would be in the chat. How's it going? Get your power working. Where's the Jenny? You gotta fire the Jenny up. No beard and we riot. We all three have beards. He's here.
This is true. So,
anyway,
what do you think?
Yeah.
Hey, I want to start off, actually, before we get into anything too deep, because I want to put my background back up because I love it. But I want to throw out a big thank you to Apex. That's one of these things. Got the deck.
Ooh, that's just, I see one on the wall and one in your hand.
Yes, I know. Thank you, Hems, for that
decks
first
on
one.
decks on decks. You gonna put wheels and trucks on that one?
I just need one. I just need one of those damn skateboards.
I'm tempted. My wife asked. I said, "You might see a skateboard come in the mail," and she's like, "What? You haven't done that in a long time. Are you sure?" And I'm like, "Well, it's not like for real."
Are you really going to use it? Would you put wheels and trucks on it?
She asked me if I was going to put wheels and trucks on it. I'm like, honey, I like last time I skateboarded was like 50 pounds ago, so highly unlikely.
You'll show up with a neck brace.
So here's the interesting thing about this. I think this really speaks to our age class. Is they did not send it with grip tape.
No.
No,
it's ornamental only, pretty much.
But it is sent with a wall hanger.
Yeah.
Okay.
Exactly.
So it's definitely. I feel like they know their target audience. Like we stick it on the wall.
Well,
that's where I'd put it.
As MBF Express is not here, I will kick things off. We had a was it today, April 4th? Yeah, today at 9 o'clock Eastern Time, the Fusion Mint Serum details were dropped. And we got a price. We got a
supply?
A supply number. We don't have a date yet. But one little tidbit. 20% of the funds towards WETH rewards. That means 20% of the mint money is going to go towards funding prize pools for future events.
I like that.
Racing events. I love it.
Especially as obviously the 50K supply is probably going to last a bit. Wouldn't you guys think? I think it's designed to last a bit, I think.
I don't remember who I was talking to earlier today. Ives, maybe. He was saying something about unlikely to sell out, and I said, you never know. Whales do some weird things. I'm not saying it's going to sell out, but like it probably will be a slow go. But I also feel like it like some people will start to stockpile these things down the road, and once Fusion becomes like going, like I think that once people start seeing birds on the tracks, that like, whoa, what the hell's that? I gotta do this. All right, well, okay, it's only 0.0033. That's like $6 right now.
Didn't somebody mention, though, I think this is kind of just designed to be like an open type of thing to where when you need a serum, you can go get a serum, though, right? So when this, just because they say 50,000 supply, didn't somebody say that they actually have the ability just to add more to this?
I believe Elriad confirmed smart contract does not have a limit on it.
Yeah. So just because it's 50K, if people go in there and a whale wants to come in and buy, 1,000 or 10,000 of them or whatever,
100 of these things are going to cost you about $600.
Right.
100. And you could blow 100 in one fuse, to be honest. If you were maybe not one fuse, but about 50 to 60 in one fuse. So I did it in testing.
My point is, I guess, is if some whales come in and let's say that they we mint out, they're just going to release more. So the floor is still going to be $6 basically, right?
I don't know if they would release more of this iteration, whereas I know there's been talk of
If
a
they sold
future
out, though?
version of them.
If they sold out
I don't
instantly,
think it's going to sell out.
because here's what happens
I'm
with the
just
sell it,
being
as we all
real.
know, and I don't think it is either. I want to clarify also. Let's say there's a whale that comes in though and doesn't know even about the project. They're just coming in because they see a mint and they want to buy a shit ton. If they're not going to use them though, so now they're not going to mint anymore. They're just kind of sitting there in dead wallets waiting for the price to go up. You see what I'm saying? That's my only concern.
I doubt that. Like even Fledge says, team has stated a 50K cap. It's not built into the contract, but I doubt they would straight up lie to us. I agree. Tyler says, 50K was confirmed hard cap. Spiver, I don't think it will get anywhere near selling out. And I agree. I think this is a slow go until it gets some hype.
Hope it is.
And I kind of almost hope that when we get mint date and more details, we only got the cap of the total supply. I'm curious if they are going to roll this out into phases and break that out into chunks like they did with the original chicken supply.
I really don't think they will.
You think it's going to be an open tap?
Yeah, 50K is a big supply. I do think that we're gonna get the normal NFT minters.
Councilman, can you confirm in the chat since you aren't here?
But there's going to be folks come in and buy up some, and they're going to think that they're going to it's like an NFT thing. You say mint, and it's like.
We would all agree, though, the worst case scenario is that it mints out quickly with a bunch of whales that aren't chicken holders.
I doubt it.
I doubt it too, but that would be the worst case scenario, right?
I'm just saying. I mean, it's going to happen, but it's not going to be like.
It's not going to be catastrophic.
$300,000.
No one's coming in and hoarding fusion serums right off the bat. Not to that capacity, I can't imagine. Like it 1,000 of them, maybe 1 or 2 people, get to that point because they've got I don't know. I would not put it past Top Coop to go and mint a shitload of serums. He's got about 400 or 500 birds, so it's I don't know. I just don't see anybody from the outside doing that, honestly.
What I was trying to highlight is I don't.
This is something for like the current base. I don't even expect this to bring in much new, you know what I mean? Like a new rush of new people. Sorry, I've taken over the bulldozer role.
Yeah, no lie. Fuck you, dude. I know there's going to be that influx, but it's not going to be so substantial to deplete a 50K supply. That's a lot of money for not even really you're just destroying NFTs, man.
Yeah, I mean.
So, go ahead.
No, that's the only. I think the 20% towards the rewards is pretty awesome though. So, my hope is that it continues to be there because that if people want to.
I mean, what's the math on that? Rough S, I think I saw a number of floating around like 300 something ETH. If that is once that fully sells, is that right?
Mm-hmm.
Anybody got a calculator?
That ain't for me.
Beauty.
Jesus,
might be like
BAWK,
30.
You're supposed to be my calculator nerd. It's 165 ETH. Excuse me. Thank you, Fledge. See that? Yeah. So 20%. That's 33 ETH. Once this supply is fully gone, 33 ETH towards racing prizes. Have you noticed Elon trolling the entire world, changing up the Twitter logo with the Shiba Inu dog?
Yes, I saw that. That's
what funny. I mean, I haven't not chuckled at it when I look at it. But it's just like I'm more chuckling at the troll of it all.
Do we want to touch on the new event now and then at the end in case somebody shows up here and bounces out?
Well, we haven't really even brought it up yet. But which event? The one that's currently going on with Chicken Derby? Which
no. I'm talking about our event.
We will get there. I've got it all. Just let me drive here. I got it in my head. I'll keep you rolling.
All right.
So the Reggae Bow tournament or whatever you want to call it. Yeah, tournament has started, and yeah, it's not your typical tournament. You're racing against specific birds that have red, green, or yellow comb and wattle, or color, and the yellow beak. And you accumulate points for every one of those birds that you beat in a race, and these traits stack. So if birds have multiples of these traits, those points stack up, and they add up, and they do add up quick in some races if you're picking them out very carefully. These wearables are awesome.
Yes.
I want the shades. I want the Rasta hat. I want all of it. These shoes are freaking dope. You know, I want that pendant. I want all of it. Give me all of it. Yes. Inject it right into my veins.
That Rasta hat is bomb.
Yes.
The dreads.
Yes.
Oh, that's so sick.
And the hat. I mean, all of this. I mean, everything. I love all of it. I love all of it. It's really good. Also, if you run chickens that have those specific traits that I had mentioned above, you earn tickets for every 10 races that you get. You get a ticket for every trait that your chicken has on its body. So if you run 10 races with a chicken with all of those traits, I believe you receive 4 tickets. And those prizes is a chicken, a piece of land, the 2 shares of 5% prize fund share. That is pretty cool. And then 2 fusion serum. And the prize pool for the main tournament prize fund share for each class. So chickens with the highest score after their 80 races, which is the best 40 races of those 80, it's tallied up. And this is the prize fund share for each class. And you'll get a piece of that if you are in first place. Chicken Derby World's land, limited decoration, reggae pennant. Yeah, all this stuff. Pretty typical, straightforward, 1st through 10th in each class. So that's going on.
They really listen to us here. I feel this is so awesome for this event, is they've taken that feedback that the WETH prizes are like where it's at, and they put it on a percentage, and we run and they reward. That's pretty cool. I'm pretty excited for that.
Yeah, I agree, Spiver. I will be indeed pumped for every double that I get of these if I can secure some doubles. Let me try and. So that is the current event right now. There's 8 days, 22 hours left to go on that, and chickenderby.com. Get a chook, get active, get going, get a piece of that prize pool if you're good enough. Currently, we have our own event that just wrapped up here at 9:30, and we'll check the old BAWK board here. This was the Coop Collective bounty, pretty much beat any of the Coop Collective in any race for the week. And the top 10, I believe we said, will be thrown onto a wheel. And this is your top 10. Rafter Walking ran away with it. Looks like he was beating us a lot. Of course, Ben F here. I wouldn't imagine anyone else there in second. The typical crew up here. Top Coop, welcome back, sir. Thank you for coming back. Your contribution to the BAWKers' late run, while it was welcomed, unfortunately wasn't quite enough to help us get us over the hump. Shout out to the what was it, Lucky Cluckers?
Lucky Cluckers.
Yeah, congrats. You guys earned it. Yeah, so this is the top 10. That event is over. And we're going to be kicking something else off that's pretty cool, I think. But first, should we just do this giveaway quick?
Yeah, let's get that wheel going.
Good night. My son just popped his head out here and told me good night. His mom must be sleeping because she wouldn't have let him come out here. Anyways, yeah, so I've got the top 10 here on a wheel. Let's see. What were we giving away? Anyone remember? Tyler probably remembers. I think it was a chicken, a wearable, a barn. Mm-hmm. What else? Is that it?
I think it was it. Tyler will know for sure.
Tyler from the chat. Shimon.
He probably hopped off.
Oh, yeah. Nice, Spiver. Better not.
I'm trying to find it.
Well, it was verbal. Unless it was in our announcements. You could probably check that. I don't have it up currently. Actually, I probably could.
Oh, it was.
Apologies. Normally Tyler talks and I do this.
Yes, we have it.
All right, yeah. So, first place is 95 Sultan with Chicken Pult. Second place is 2 Fusion Serums. Third place is a 548 NFT Barn. And, yeah, I said I'd throw in a wearable, so I'll throw in a BAWKers cheerleader set. Let's go. I've got like 3 or 4 of them left. This is going to be for the chicken.
No, start the back. Third to first.
Yeah, start at the bottom.
Wouldn't everybody want a shot at the best prize?
I mean, I guess.
Whichever way you want to do it, come on, bro.
I'm just saying. This is for the chicken.
We're fucking doing it live, man. Just throw it.
This is for the chicken. Everybody gets a shot.
El Pollo!
LFG. LFG Racing. Winning the chicken. Congrats, brother.
Congrats, LFG.
We'll remove that guy. So this is for the 2 Fusion Serums.
Is somebody taking this down?
Real Dev.
Looks real bad.
Are you writing them down?
Well, I'm freaking trying, but
We could always go back in the stream, but I've got it. LFG, Real Dev. This is for the barn. 548 NFT, Coop Collective Barn. Get you into some things with some perks potentially coming.
Turn on live chat.
Ben F.
Tyler says turn on live chat.
Yeah, I need to do that too. Ben F. getting a barn. I think he's already got one.
those are going to come in handy coming up.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
There's some good stuff
right.
happening with that.
This is for a BAWKers cheerleader
Tyler
outfit.
said he'll throw in a BAWKers.
You'll do a BAWKers too? All right, so 2 of them.
Are you going to roll them twice then?
Yep,
Just
I'll roll it twice. Top Coop getting another BAWKers uniform. He'll be excited about that. So Top Coop, you got that, BAWK?
Second month, so Jesus. Teasers. All right, who won that last one?
Top Coop. I need some tunes. The silence is killing me.
Yes, man, absolutely.
Well, you can't hear it. They can. All right, last spin. This is for a BAWKers set. 6 names on the wheel. Dirt Leg Racing. Congrats. All right. So that was the week-long event that we did. More of those coming eventually. But we're trying something new tonight. And that is Coop Collective Sprints. And what is the Coop Collective Sprint, you may ask? It's whatever you kind of want it to be. We can, with BAWK on hand, we can really set these things up to do really whatever we want. You attorneys, attorneys, last place, middle place. You got black legs. You got red wings. I don't know, or red comb and waddle. We can pretty much, if you can think it within reason, we could maybe come up with something. But the first iteration of this is just a Coop Collective Sprints. It's going to be 10 races. You got 72 hours to run them. But there's a caveat here, and this is what I think is going to be fun and interesting and exciting for some. Do you have what it takes to win in 10 races? So you have to register a chicken and pay 0.005 ETH entry fee. Okay? Register 1 chicken, not your coop, 1 chicken. Any chicken, any class. It's just a battle royale. Get it in. Complete 10 races during the event, and that is your first 10 races, correct, BAWK?
Yes.
That is correct. First 10 in the event window. the race must start in the window. So what are we doing? 48 hours starting 4/6.
So, 48 hours to race starting on Thursday at 7:30 p.m. Eastern. 1 chicken per entry. Top 5 payout. The highest score wins. It's 10K tourney style. 25 points for first, 1 point for 12th. First 10 races started during the event window. Free races are allowed. Chick races are not. In the case of the tie at the end, sudden death races shall be scheduled with eligible participants. So the payout structure goes as follows. A 5% rake will be applied to the initial funding pool. This rake will be used to fund free-to-enter events for all 548 NFT holders each month. We're gonna be doing these hopefully weekly, and that rake will go towards a monthly 548 tournament that is free to enter for any of the 548 members, and the prize pool will be compiled of the rake that we pull in from any public racing on these events that we hold.
I think it's gonna be a great thing for 548. We're gonna have some fun with that.
Yeah,
right?
I think so too. And you know, this is the thing is like, you know, top 5 payout. So I mean, it's not like, you know, the more people the merrier. But the fun, you know, first gets 50%, second gets 20%, third 15%, fourth 10%, fifth 5%. There's no cap on the amount of chickens you can enter into each event, and the final payout totals will reflect the aforementioned prize scale. So, however, if we do have 30 entrants or more, the rake is reduced to 3%, and the remaining prize pool will follow the same payout structure. This plan is not for us to profit. This is for us to try and hold events for racers. We won't be racing in these. We're holding them. We're doing them. We want to get people other ways to race, other ways to try and have some incentive. I feel like this could be fun, and add a little perk to the 548 folks that have gotten us here.
It gives somebody with, you know, a chance to enter 1 or 2 birds and win a much bigger prize pool than they would from normal racing. And so I think this is the kind of events that people have been wanting to see. So,
yep,
kind of interested. To see
so absolutely. One of the things like this one, I think we have said this for 48 hours. These events, I want to start running these in tandem. I want to start seeing U-birds, A-bird events. We can run 5 events at a time for classes. The sky's the limit.
Yeah.
And I really want all the feedback from y'all that we can get. Like any ideas you have or anything you'd like to see, something you don't like. We really want to facilitate these events ongoing and really give it that micro event style. So that maybe we do 24-hour events, right? Let's just rush it.
Yeah.
It's really one of the, right now, a middling bird is not going to profit. This is one of the only ways that you can take a low end or middle end bird and actually get a profit is from a type of event like what these are going to be put on as. You know what I'm saying? Like if we flip it and we do bottoms first, right?
I mean, we could almost go as far as to do bracket style.
Yeah.
Eventually, I think as well, where it's head-to-head bracket style. You guys pick a race, enter it. The top bird advances. You know, like that. I think there's a lot of avenues that we could do to make this fun.
You guys have a lot of birds, right? So think about how many birds that you would run in an event like what the devs are putting on now. A lot of your birds are sitting in the barn. They're not running in this event. This now unlocks those and allows for different avenues to where people can get usage out of birds that may not be regular winners.
Well, what's tough for some, and I know, is that some birds are probably out of their class right now, and they're either up a class or in some instances up 2 classes. And yeah, I mean, it's not like we expect a big turnout on this. Like, I think we just more wanted to add a little more fun and incentive for people to get in and race. And, you know, this is something that I think we could do regularly.
Yeah.
Weekly. And like I said, even kick off 548 NFT holder race events that, like we said, are fully funded for them. And again, nothing that we can enter. There's no, I mean, we gain nothing from this other than having a good time and putting it on for y'all. So we're really excited about it. We couldn't have done it without the BAWK father, who has gone MIA. But yeah, I'm really excited for it, and I hope you guys are too.
Possibilities are really endless, and like I said, I think, you know, as more people see it, I think that these type of events will start to grow. I mean,
so. It's think of it like a DFS event. I mean, how many DFS DGens are out there? Like 100%. If you take you've got like 3 stud birds when they're in their class, right? So like, why wouldn't you just, like, I would jump into this, and I hope eventually like we can break this out into like individual classes even, and have, you know, if they break out into individual classes, maybe it's $5 a bird. And you can just enter as many birds as you want, 5 a pop, and then the prize pools are separated by the classes. And this could be a lot of fun. Like I would degen the hell out of that if it,
another thing I would like to see where it's coop, but you have to enter 1 bird from every class. Well, obviously we could exclude S, but like if you had, you know, for the bigger coops out there, you have to enter 1 at every single class, so I'd kind of see who has the best overall coop in a sense.
Right,
it'd be a fun one to run. But yeah, there's so many different ways we could.
And you know, we talked this through in our chat, trying to figure out, like, you know, is this event going to be good? And I asked the question, like, are we worried about higher class, like S100 Saramas entering it? And so there, you know, it's pretty much a full range of, you're against everybody, but I mean, you're racing within your class, you're racing birds within your class. You know, it's based off your individual performance. You know, the volume's really going to kill those upper classes at the moment, but
yeah, it's the volume. But you know, I mean, if they're
the parity too, I mean, you're racing like, you know, you and I were talking earlier, but like, I mean, you're racing the same 15-20 birds up in S&A right now,
right?
You know, one bird probably really does stand out and win all of
it. Probably
time.
Doesn't make sense to enter an S bird into a turn or to an event like this simply due to that. And so I think because of the 48-hour window and the 10 race, I think it kind of squeezes out some of those S birds just due to volume, right? It may not even make sense to, you know, E class is pumping a lot more, but like sometimes during slow times, E doesn't pump either. So
yeah,
strategy on entering those birds into what, you know, is definitely gonna.
So
that's what I say. It just adds a new variable.
Once BAWK gets back, we'll get the link for the registration going, and like I said, that's open for 48 hours. The event starts Thursday at 7:30 p.m. and you know, it'll just be a free for all once it starts, and the winner takes home 50% of the pool. I mean, I'm excited. But anyways, damn, we ran through about everything that I was hoping to do an hour of in about half an hour.
BAWK.
What's up, BAWK?
The link to enter.
Yeah, you got the link to enter the old Coop Collective Sprint.
Nah, I was just gonna enter it myself.
Oh. Drop that in the chat. Put it in the Discord. Let's see. Anything in the dev blog this week that was of importance?
No, not that I saw.
Half monthly seasons will remain. So the next 2 seasons will be 8 and 9 through April 30th. This is one. They are reducing the promotion demotion zones from 20 to 15% starting in season 8, which is the one we are currently in. I think that's solid. You know, it's going to keep some birds from, you know, some classes from going up or down after racing one time, but it's not going to prevent all of them. But it'll help, I think, and I think I mentioned this a long time ago that they need to scale it back to what volume is happening with the racing per season. Like they can pull those numbers. They know how many birds are running. They know how many races are going.
Well, couldn't they do it at the end of the season?
They could scale it like 20% of the entire volume of racing, right, for the season. 20% of, not like as a whole big chunk, but I don't know. They could scale it somehow. Maybe I'm dumb.
Yeah, as long as we're able
20%,
to, as long as they could do that and still, and as somebody mentioned or two, about like
he got cut, Wham.
Seeing some of the on the season total, seeing the
he's out.
Like he's out. What?
No, keep going. I was talking shit to Wham.
Seeing if we on the season list, if we could see like what is the threshold? What's the cut line? Right? What is the? If we could see that at the top, I think somebody mentioned that, which would be cool to see. But
just having the number visible of where the cutoffs are.
980 is or 975 is the demotion line.
We gotta go back to dynamic. Like, throw some topic into this, but
if we go back to dynamic, season's gotta go. Or
pretty much.
They pretty much need
let's make them a season. Let's make it an actual season.
Right. But I've had this suggestion. Fiandono had this suggestion of having rolling dynamic classes, and loosen up the MPOs a little bit. But when a season starts, it's live.
You're showing our Discord chat.
Am I? Yeah, to you. And Blake.
Yeah, not
on the stream.
I was like, hold on, man.
You had me going for a second.
I'm 50-50 on dynamic, and here's what I mean. Because if it goes back to the old way, I think that's a bad move because it's too easy to move up and down. What I mean by that is it should take at least 5 to 10 races before you're going anywhere.
Well, if they go back to dynamic, they can't keep the same pop. That's a definite.
But it has to be spread out.
You can't go 15 on a win and -4 on a 12.
It has to be much higher variables. They have to stretch out the classes much more. I should be in a class for a few days, not 4 races. You see what I'm saying? It has to be much more spread out if they're going to do dynamic. And I don't mind a dynamic, but it has to be a lot different than the previous one.
I think you're going to have to flatten the numbers there. Yeah, I agree. But I think that dynamic nature was really integral to interaction. It really doesn't help events, right? It's hard to stay in the class for an event. I think there's ways to handle that. But the up and down of the game was, man, that's where it's at. It's not sitting there for freaking 2 weeks going derp, 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 I gotta get down, or I'm taking advantage and running, which by the way, MPO has removed a lot of, but still, it's just.
Do you think there's I think in both ways you can have winning strategies. Currently right now, it takes 2 weeks, but if you, depending on the birds you have, if you do it right, you've got your birds that are moving up. And then you've got those are paying and making money for the birds that you're bringing back down, right? And so if you just the same as you're doing on a dynamic pop as before, but it's more of a race by race dynamic pop, whereas now it's more spread out even then. And I think again, 2 weeks is probably too long. Like I said, I think you should be. It should take 2 to 3 days to go up or down in a class. That's about right. 72 hours, whatever that.
But what if you're just hammering races?
I'm talking about for the average. Again, somebody that's hammering races, they could move up within 30 races, move down within 30 races. But it's got to be a longer window of moving up and down than just 1 or 2 races, because then what happens is, as we saw before, you go down 1, and then you enter 10 races even though you're already moved up to the next one. And because those races haven't populated, you're not really running in the right class.
So like I was just thinking about this. Like if they went back to the old pop structure, like where it was, on a 100 scale, right? And you're earning points, 4 plus 4 minus 4. And it used to be 10, right? So you went from like 80 to, what was it, like 80 to 100 was A class, and above 100 was S class, and yada yada. What if they just spread that out more? Instead of it being like 10 to 15 points per class to go between at 4 points per, spread it out to like 30, 40 points. So like when you come down a class, it takes you a while to get to the bottom of the class instead of 4 races. Because if you could be a really damn good racer and be real strategic with those 4 races, and you're going to declass in all 4 of them. I mean, that's just the game.
Especially if you have your bird figure out. So for those of us that are more experienced, we have a huge advantage in that for sure.
One of the things, like the pop movement was not the same in dynamic. It was not upwardly mobile like it is now. Like it wasn't the same. So like if you had maybe that, like you could tweak the numbers. Like but let it move, let it be fluid. Like if somebody wants to pop in and run a race or run a race down or whatever, but like you need that opportunity to do that instead of just being stuck. Like,
but it's technically fluid now. Let's be real about it though, because
it's just on a 2.
It's on a 2 week. Yes, it is. It's on a 2 week scale though.
This is what here's the problem
it's
that
still
I think,
fluid.
and this is.
It just needs to be shortened down.
I've had this happen to me. I know other people have had it happen to them. This is my problem with classes, is if a person comes in and runs 1 race on a chicken and just happens to get 3rd place, and then all of a sudden within an hour a season ends, or the next day a season ends, and they come back and they're up a class, and it's 2 weeks now until they can run that bird profitable again. Or they try to run it and run like shit because they're up a class and they don't know why they're up a class, and they can't go down a class. I mean, that is the one problem that I know that I have encountered and seen, and that I do think should be addressed in some way, because it sucks.
To Ross's point, and he's right, I wondered I think, as we're kind of seeing now, I wonder if I think the scaling should be wider as well, from maybe even these birds, the way that they run. Like, I think they're all a little bit too bunched together, which you've got.
Sorry,
am I making sense when I say that?
Yeah, and to what Ross said, it is still too easy to get down. Every single bird should not be running at their MPO. And
I think it's because
it should
some
be
birds
a minimum, not the average.
I think it's because they're not, and maybe it's consistency. Maybe birds need to be more consistent.
But here's the thing, to that point, I ran some birds. So when the team event started, right? Obviously, we're all trying to win. Well, I had birds that were up a class. I was still able to do all right and well enough that they went up another class. So I've got birds up 2 classes right now. They can't compete up there for damn sure. But
we'll never have that.
But it is happening. And
see, I sacrificed my last event.
But should it be happening more? Because if it's happening more, then that's not quite an outlier. Like, I'm an outlier right now because I've got a 94 Sultan up in A class, which used to be the norm, but it's not anymore. And now there's not that many there's not as much parity up there because you're running against 99s and 100s. There's no way you're competing up there. But if it was more, like Ross was saying, and it's not a minimum and it's an average, and you got more birds that are running up in those classes because they're not trying to lose to get back down. That's the biggest argument lately of everything, and especially like with declassing. That's the biggest taboo part of this whole thing, is like you're paying to lose to get down in a class to where you can win. And and I'm just saying that's the biggest gripe I've seen from people about this whole seasons thing. You got to pay to lose. And you got to compete to lose. And that's kind of a suck.
I've always paid to
lose.
No, I understand that, but you used to pay to lose 1 race and you'd be back down in your normal class. Now it's like you got to compete with like 20 or 30 other birds down there at the bottom to stay at the bottom. It's like, oh shit,
You got to be watching that thing like a hawk on the last day, or you're gonna miss it by 1 fucking point
No.
or the same points.
Just had a little light bulb moment.
I had
So-
8 or 9 move up this season. I had a bunch. The first season I hadn't managed it like I have previously. Eggy moved up to A. I've never even had an A bird since MPO. It's going to kind of suck this season to manage that. But you know what? The thing is I can manage that bird down as far as I want it to go. I really can. The thing is other birds like Floofy, right? There's no way you can do that. So some birds have an inherent advantage to being able to manipulate the classes. Some birds don't. Like it's a thing.
So I just thought of something, because these events that they set up what if they set up an event? Imagine, so right now, if they were running an event, as we were mentioning before, and kind of like what our events, what if they flipped it? What if they did a worst is first event and it got everybody? But what would happen is the really shitty birds would actually be the ones that are finishing 12th, and those that are trying to just declass would have no way of doing that because they're actually getting beat in that scenario. So it would kind of, they could
For the
set
average
these
racer,
events,
probably, yeah.
they could set these
The
events to
smart
where
ones, they know what they're running.
when we have a volume event, follow that up with a event that is more geared towards middle or down class birds, like middle or low tier birds. If they did something like that, not only are we getting more utility out of our full birds, but now it's starting to shift those pops back down a little bit based off of what we're trying to win in the events.
The only way that tournament style works is if the prize is worth.
Well, it could be the
pennies.
same prizes they're doing
Because
now.
if you're
Just flip
grinding
it.
to lose,
Flip
there
it.
better be a WETH prize pool at the end of the tunnel that's going to reimburse me for losing all that money. I'm not doing it for 2 fusion serums and a piece of land. I'm sorry.
But you're already
and some
losing.
wearables. Nope.
Think
That's-
about this.
Little necklace
If
thing, bro.
everybody, hold on a second. If everybody's losing, if racing to lose, your good birds are gonna win. So you're gonna make
But
money.
not necessarily. Like, I know where to
course.
run Diablo where he's going to lose.
Not if they're
Yeah.
going against
And he's
every
one
other
of my
loser.
best birds.
Listen though, not if they're going against every other loser. You're only able to lose right now because everybody's racing for the most part. 80%, 70% of birds that
But
are
even
entered
like-
are entered to win.
But even like right now, as I'm trying to get him back down into B class, I'm already racing people that are trying to lose.
Yeah.
And I'm
I-
still
what-
getting him down some, not as much as I used. You know what I mean? But I mean,
Well-
it's kind of the same thing. But I do get what you're saying. There would be more parity there, and there would be more chances that
I-
bird's probably going to podium.
I
But
think
if
my
I just
point
hammer
is-
all the short distance races, he's gonna D-class.
Yeah.
But is he
Go down.
gonna win? Maybe not in a scenario like that though. When everybody's
He'll
trying
win
to
on his
D-class.
preferred terrain probably, and the peripheral ones. But if I go opposite of that, he's
Somebody always
usually
has
in
to
the
win
bottom.
those races, right? So people aren't gonna. And if you're, my point is, I think more importantly that the devs can they can shift these birds a little bit more than what they're doing now, based off of the types of events that they run. Right now, everything is to win. So of course, everything is going to go up, and people are going to take their good ones that are on that line there, and they're going to make sure that they go down so they can bang those out, and then they'll go back up. You know, that's just how it's going to be until they shift the events to
Wow,
circumvent
stretching.
that in certain scenarios.
I saw
Yes, they have control over that on a good level, but do they flex it or utilize it? I don't feel like they do a lot.
Do they understand that they can even control that dynamic? And I don't think
Well,
that
they
they
aren't
try.
stupid. I mean,
No, I
like,
don't. Not saying that, but what I
Like,
mean is
they
we
know.
haven't seen everything that we've seen is race to win. So of course, when it's race to win, what's that going to do to the birds? They're going to move up, and then the good ones are going to figure out their down class and keep them right on that little bar right there
Well, I
between the
think-
classes. No matter
Let's
what
not
dynamic
I mean,
or
most
not.
if it's a lose tournament, most people probably aren't going to run their good birds because if they're in their class that they want them
Right.
in, they're
So
not going
guess
to risk
what?
running them up.
Then you're not downclassing them in that event. So when the next
But if they're
now
already
volume
there,
event,
you know what I'm saying?
but then you haven't run them to begin with.
No, but if I got them down the class season before,
Remember,
and then this tournament
here's my
starts, I'm not
scenario.
running 'em.
We just had a volume event. Somebody else said they had 9 birds bumped up. If we run a downclass event right now and you choose not to run those good birds again, when the next volume event comes, they're stuck in the wrong class. And even if you're trying to downclass them because they're too good, they might not make that down class. So when the next volume
But
event
here's
comes,
the flip side of
they're
that.
stuck in the wrong class.
They're stuck in a class that a lot of this has been going in cycles, and I've been seeing it with some of my birds. Since season 1, a lot of us got wrecked right away because the competition was stiff. Then season 2 came around, I did a lot better. And then season 3 came around, not so much. Season 4 comes around, hey, I'm doing a lot better again.
Yeah.
There's a cycle there, and if you're on the flip side of that cycle, I mean, you're going to be doing all right. And that's been my strategy.
Well, that's what you really have to
I've been
do, is
trying to
get-
do. But
Exactly,
in
me
most
too.
cases, like if everybody's running their best birds to try and D-class, I'm gonna stay in. I'm more inclined to stay in the class I'm in because there's
So
the
here's what
competition
this-
isn't going to be as stiff because a lot of those birds are gone now.
Here's what I think we've just done. I think we've allowed for more people at a share of winning prizes in these scenarios because it adds more to the strategy.
Well, they got to do them though. And they haven't in a while. At least
Well,
not
they-
the middle, the last place ones. Like
Yeah, I
we're
haven't
talking
done.
about.
They have never ran a full event like that.
I'm
to
pretty
my
sure we did
recollection.
one. What was that? There was one where we had to do certain things in the middle ground and last place. Like you got like, and it wasn't just the White Beak Gang one. What the hell was it? Fuck off, Wham. Now you're praising Tyler when he's not on the show. Get real. That is false.
And
Fake news.
and drop dudes. Now he brings up a good point because there will be some people. Hey, looky here! Look, what the hell? Oh, here he is. But what he
I'm clicking out.
Tyler, oh, he's here. Oh, I gotta fix this. Damn it, fucks it up. See, Wham, you don't know shit. Tyler comes and just wrecks things. That's his job. The bulldozer is here.
Oh, man, my kid screwed this up.
Oh, we hear you.
I hear you.
Can y'all hear me?
Yeah, we can.
Yeah, but you screwed all this up.
Shit, I can't hear y'all. What did you do, Baron? What
Damn
did you
it,
do?
Tyler.
Keep talking
I
to
gotta
yourself.
fix this.
You sound like you just got back from a biker rally, bro. You all right over there?
Have a smoke a pack of cigars before you get on.
I don't think you can hear me.
Wham was just giving you some compliments. I don't know what the fuck he's on tonight, but I want some.
But as I was saying,
And now he's gone. You're muted, Gumby.
yep.
Still muted.
Right as
Someone
He
talk,
says-
because I'm working over here.
I'll talk. I was just
Has
saying.
anyone entered the
Back to the point.
event yet? Have we got any entries yet? I'm gonna check.
Did
right
you post the link somewhere?
Oh,
Because
now.
I
Posted
haven't.
it to you. Jesus, man.
What do you want, Tyler? You're still muted.
As I was saying,
No speaker.
in the event of the downgrade event scenario, you're gonna have people in there that would simply race that event to win, and they're gonna win funds. But
Yeah, I hear you. No, I can't hear you, Tyler.
no.
Unmute your shit. Plug your mic in. Do things. Anyways, well, I got this fixed. Now you can actually see us all.
yelling at me?
Wham's
Jesus.
Yes,
fault.
I'm yelling
It's
at
Wham's
you. It's
fault.
Wham's fault. He was giving you props in the chat because you weren't here for some fucking weird reason. Anyways, you know what you did. Don't even deny it. Tyler, you there?
Tyler, can you
gonna
hear us?
talk? Now you're gone again. What the hell?
Now I'm back.
Now you're
No.
back.
Okay, hey, you're here. Yes. You
This
can
is
hear
the
us.
Worst.
Ladies and gentlemen,
Shut up.
roosters and hens and
Oh,
everything else
fuck.
in between.
Stop screaming. Stop screaming into your microphone.
I'm trying not to. My kid screwed up my microphone completely. Hey guys, what are we talking about?
No, nothing.
Wham says
Um,
somehow I do nothing and I still fuck it up.
Yes, it's still your fault, Wham.
That's
Absolutely.
true.
You're the reason my power went out.
Yes, sabotage.
It's funny. I heard a crazy surge. You know that unmistakable sound of just electricity? That
Yeah.
like, man, I heard it in the distance. I was sitting next to my window, and I was like, "Oh, something happened." And then about 5 minutes later, yeah,
There it is. Wham
My wife
says
up.
it was better wanting him here than him being here.
you know what?
Oh.
That's nice, bro. Grass is greener on the other side.
Yeah. There he is. He's back.
I
Just for
what
that,
happened?
should we get into the race? I mean, I
not working
want a
again.
race.
Well, did we post a link to the event? Can we do that so people
was
have a
Bach's
chance
job.
to enter while we're on the
I
show?
posted one in Coop Collective. I thought you had it. I posted one in our little side
Okay.
chat. Where the hell else do you want me to post it, man?
In the
Just tell
main
me.
chat, in the Coop Collective Discord somewhere, I would imagine, or in the YouTube chat. Sorry, I'm doing like
Probably
9
that,
things
yeah.
over here, Box, so I didn't see your Discord.
There's that one. Just tell me what the hell you want me to do, Josh. I am on it.
DM it to Tyler. He knows what. He'll
Well,
know what to do.
What am I doing?
What?
The link to the registration.
Hey, there we go.
Event registration.
All right, I can see everything now. The show can officially start.
You know what, Spiver? There is a random
You guys did a
$90
great job,
race that we could
Like you
fill,
didn't even need me.
but no one's entering that race.
Blame the kid. I will. Shit. Did this thing just go wrong again? It did. I can't hear y'all.
I can hear you.
I don't know what's wrong with my stuff today.
Well, don't let your kids play with it. No.
All right.
That's why my shit's in the garage.
I'm not touching anything. Keep my hands up. Nope. Still not working.
I hear you.
Oh, good.
Well, you
Just
heard me
dead air
then.
That's good. Yeah, I
No.
got you. We're
Yeah.
good.
All right. So, Tyler, thoughts on Fusion Mint? Thoughts on the
You're
new
welcome.
events that we're rolling out?
Welcome. My thoughts. So yeah, Fusion Mint.
Humble much?
Listen, if I'm humble, it doesn't matter. If I'm not humble, it doesn't matter. I might as well be a dick. But no, the Fusion Mint price.
Disgruntled
yeah.
Tyler back?
Oh, always. I mean, he's in there. He's in the back pocket. I'll bring him out whenever we need him. So in the end, the price was right for the usage of Fusion. I can understand people being frustrated that we were racing sometimes for Fusion serums, and it turned out to be, you win 2, and it's like basically winning $12. So there's a frustration there. I get that, but
Yeah.
in regard to wanting to get these things used and having the opportunity to actually see these things get used, then yeah, I think the price is right where it should be, and I'm excited to use them, and we'll see where that goes. As far as tournaments go, the Lucky Collectors are cheaters, and it's erroneous, and I'm holding the whole contest in contempt.
We had a
and
pact not to bring that up before
Yeah.
the show.
Yeah.
Oh, we did. Oh well, I wasn't at that meeting.
Yeah, we weren't doing it. We won't worry about that little guy.
No,
That little
they-
guy, I wouldn't worry about that little
They
guy.
caught us with our pants down. We weren't
They
ready.
did.
They
It was
had
a
a
good
monster
strategy.
plan. You know what? I just want to say this though. It's Wally's fault, not Wally.
Yeah.
Wally's
Wally's.
fault. I have it on
I always
good
get them
authority.
confused.
Yeah, I don't, because the one can suck it, because I had it on good authority that they weren't even going to try this until Wally's wouldn't shut up and just spamming gifs and memes and all kinds of stuff.
Rafi bombs.
And my speaker's not working again. Okay, that's great.
No, you're there.
No,
Just
you're
keep
here.
talking.
Yep, keep it yapping. Just keep
No,
talking.
I can't hear you.
We can hear
There
you.
are.
I can hear you guys now.
Okay,
But it's fun.
oh.
Yeah. But yeah, it was a fun event. It needs to be touched up a little bit, but
Yeah, minor
Yeah,
tweaks,
I'm
I
there.
think, and it's there. I think it's a good one.
Points
I had a lot
per
of fun.
points per race. That's my next. If we could do that same type points per race. Let's see who shakes out.
Biplane. You're welcome. There you go. Wham. Sorry. Yes, points per race would probably help a lot in that regard. Yeah, I'm flustered. I'm rattled. What else do you got? What else do you want from me? Who needs me?
How are you rattled? You just got
And
here.
you know it. Well, that's the problem. I've been running around trying to fix. I was out there actually trying to fix it. I was on the line.
No, you weren't doing.
Climbed a telephone pole and everything.
Yep,
Got
I
it
was up
working.
there. I was running the generator. I was on the rig. I was doing
The
all
generator?
that wire stuff. You guys are welcome.
So we
yeah.
talked about we wrapped up the first
new
event. You
tournament.
were here
I
for
gotta
that,
start
yeah.
running it.
Yeah.
Can you not hear
my,
me?
My phone wasn't working for a while
you can't
on
hear me.
mobile, but I
He's
figured
just
it out. but-
bulldozing.
This ultimate
I like the
dozer.
event. The only problem with these the Reggae Bow, the only problem with these events is that there's just like there isn't a like
Just let him
directive. The directive, like a T-Mark jokingly came in and was like, "Could someone just give me the lowdown on how to run this tournament?" And we were
I
and
almost wanted
Josh
to
was
keep
like,
talking
"Just
over
race."
him.
And I was like, "Yeah, just race." Like there's no real shit.
Race.
You guys are trying to solve. Thank you.
You can't.
Using everybody and talking. I don't know why.
This
Every once in a while, this
somebody has to clip this.
This is a shit
Somebody
show. I
has
love
to
it.
clip this.
fine. Yeah. I don't know what's happening. It's perfectly fine. I'm not touching anything, and then all of a sudden I can't hear y'all.
Yeah.
You keep going. Go ahead.
I started
Oh, yeah.
talking
Oh,
and you just kept
This
going,
is
and I'm like,
fucking
he is
wonderful.
just bulldozing away.
This is great.
I've been muted. for
Dozer
an
don't
hour.
need no sound.
Will not have it. I'm sitting there on the couch with no damn electricity in my house, listening to this buzz outside, just
At
being like, God, I want
candlelight.
to say shit. I can't. I start saying it to my wife, and she's like, I don't care. And it's like, I need his power back.
Man.
I can't hear you guys again. For the
You
love
can't
of
hear
God.
me?
No, we were talking. We
No,
weren't
we weren't
talking. that
talking.
good.
We're there. Nope, now you're gone. Plug it into your microphone.
Oh my god.
Dude.
Is
okay,
it
how do
plugged
I
into your
sound right
microphone?
You sound
How do I
fantastic.
sound now?
You sound like you're further away.
Okay, well at least we know nothing splash. At least we know nothing will get screwed up now. I can hear y'all through the actual thing, and I've just booted
Yeah.
the Yeti mic off. I don't know what's wrong with that thing right now. I'll just get real close. I'll get real close so you guys can hear me and see me.
No, too close.
That's what BAWK's doing. No, this is where I am
Too
now.
close.
I need y'all to hear me.
We're zoomed in on your forehead.
That's good.
Hmm.
Hey guys.
Anyways,
I don't know.
But as you were saying,
Anyway, Reggae Bow. I don't know. There's no directive. That's the only problem with these events. There's no directive, and it's a bit of a I think that pushes people away from knowing when to race, what to race, how to race, because the objective is just race. And I think a lot of us are a little bit tired after the team event.
yeah, a little bit, but hey, that's why we're
Yeah.
doing. That's why we're doing these little Coop Collective sprints.
I like how BAWK got way farther away to counteract me being closer now.
It's all about
It's like,
perspective.
Back here.
I'll say this: if the event doesn't come off very much, those reggae costumes will probably be worth probably one of the higher worth wearables, I'd say, depending on how many.
I
people
want
run
'em.
it.
No,
Oh, I want them bad.
Badly. I want them badly, yeah.
you're right. Like I'm on whiplash from racing though. These are like my favorite wearables I've seen. I think today, and I'm like, oh god dang.
They're the
I
wearables
remember-
we've been waiting for. We've seen the Rasta hats since the first video dropped in July of 21. Like,
Mhm.
it's been one of
Yeah.
those things that I've wanted since that was one of the things that caught my eye. I'm like, that's a chicken with the goofiest eyes wearing a Rasta hat and dreads. That is hilarious. And it's got a machine gun. All right. Like,
I mean, it
yes,
doesn't
where are the
quite
beer
say that, but
hats? We talked about
Yeah.
mullets today.
Yeah.
Apex got a kick out of that. Maybe we
Chicken
got that
mullet.
coming soon. I want
was a good
chicken
mock-up you
mullets,
made.
dude.
That was a good mock-up you made.
Yeah,
I like
yeah,
that.
yeah.
I did. I liked it.
Do they have to do the beer hat with the mullet?
I want
yes.
mullet variations with the hats or just the straight mullet. Yes.
trucker hat. Trucker hat with
Trucker hat,
the
mullet,
with the
overalls.
fish with the fish hook on the end.
Oh Jesus.
Jean jackets. Yeah, a whole bit.
Or a bite.
Jorts.
on a
Can I get
wheel.
jorts?
Jorts.
With some jorts, some Daisy Dukes on the
Overalls,
yes.
overalls are a necessity. Maybe some flannels. You know
Yes.
what I'm saying.
There's a lot of shit.
Anyway,
Keep
yeah.
it
So the Coop
proper.
Collective, we got the Coop Collective sprints going on. The registration link, I'm sure, has been dropped somewhere. Maybe I can't get it into the chat right now.
Yeah, who fucking knows?
Tyler probably could. Should we run some races? We're almost done. We've been going an hour. Wham's probably itching to run a race.
I'm tired.
Spiver probably wants to run a race. I see Coop Coco in the chat.
See 200 meter rock, 50 cents. Fill it up, boys.
All right. I'll fill
Dead
it up.
air.
You're dead air.
I
It's
don't
not
know why
dead air
this isn't
because
working.
it's music playing.
Oh, right. The music's playing. You're right.
Yes, Spiver. That somebody has to clip that segment out there where everybody's talking over Tyler and put on Twitter, "This is Cock Talk."
Hold on. Like,
Terrible.
I don't understand why this isn't working the way it should.
So now you're trying it again after you already had
Oh, yeah,
a
I'm
solution?
Yeah.
And you're gone.
No, I'm not. I'm right here. It's funny.
Well,
I get these prompts too. But I'm still here.
Now, if it isn't my internet rugging us or Tyler's electricity rugging us, it's always something with this show. C200 Rock, 50 cents. Get it filled. Let's run it. What else out there? Tyler, you got a race you want? BAWK, you got a race you want? Don't be a shark.
I-
I'm waiting for Wham to post his race, where I'm going to find
Something-
Harry
I'll
Bolt
find
waiting
something.
for me in a dark alley.
Do I have
You know,
anything?
I could find something in D.
actually don't
I
have
bought
anything.
two new D birds today, and these 95 lacs are the biggest.
I've been hunting for a
Wow.
94 Lackenvelder for E-Class, and I keep finding these 95s that are super cheap, and I'm like, why can't you be a 94? And that sounds
There's a
so
reason.
stupid, but like I know that I can't get that 95 into E-Class. I just want more birds to run down there. I've only got 3 in that class now. Gotta get them back down. What race you
All right.
got, BAWK? I see some 160 tracks.
Are you kidding me? How did that happen again?
Yeah, I'm
Try to
going
cut
after
out
that 160 track.
Here,
That,
you know what's actually kind of great about this? I don't know when you guys are trying to cut me off now. So if I
No?
just wanted to keep talking, I could. I
Oh.
could make this a solo show right now because I can't hear y'all.
yeah, but we can make it a
Put it back the way it was.
You just keep talking like we've been talking over you.
Put it back the way it was.
I did. I'm annoyed.
God.
I'm just annoyed. It should work. I didn't do anything different.
Are we
Ugh.
filling this 160 track in D class?
Yes,
How much
sir. 160 track D class. Let's get it.
Okay.
Did you say D or B?
D is in dick.
Oh, I'm already in that one. Napalm.
I'm already in that one.
I got someone in there too. Oh, nope. Now my user wallet's not working.
Rip. Stop
So Coop
breaking
Collective
everything.
Sprints, how about that?
Yeah.
Let's do that. I mean, it'd be nice if we could run in those.
I would
I don't know
love
if
it.
we could. Maybe we let it run a few times first, and we'll see how the community feels about it.
Yeah, I
Window
feel like-
advantage.
I
Oh, the
feel like
blockchain.
I would like to run a couple, maybe, and just donate my entry, right?
Donate your winnings?
Well, yeah, that too. Right.
Or what do you donate your entry? Or do you mean like
Yeah,
you just
I
run
mean-
it and lose?
No, like if we
I'm
win,
confused.
if we win, maybe we can just throw all the money into the 548 or something, and just make an event out of it. I'm not sure, or we just keep it because we're selfish.
No, I don't-
Lining our pockets.
I don't want to make $1 off of this. I
Or
want-
maybe here, I got a better idea.
Fun.
Maybe
Like,
we
I-
run in the one free 548 event per month, and if one of us wins, that pot rolls over to the next month. So it's like a super
Ooh.
pot.
That'd be
Screw
fun.
y'all.
Wham's trying to get this 200 road in E-Class filled up. That's $10 entry. I'm already in it. I'm not opposed to that
dickhead.
one not running. I've been in that race for weeks now.
It's 6 of 12.
It is 6 of 12. I don't
You're
think we're
never
getting
getting
6
that
people
low.
getting in that race. It's
It's
wishful
not.
thinking, though, Wham.
I'll give him credit. That bird's only 3, 4, and 3 and 35,
35 races.
So he just degened in. I mean, why am I giving Wham credit? Screw him. He's sharking us. This bird has probably been wiped and brought back.
He always does.
Don't trust that
I'm
guy.
already in it. I'm not a pussy. I was in it before you.
Wham calling you?
All right.
Let's see.
There actually is one that we could. It was like in any class if we want to do it. There's a $3.84 120 road. That's 8 of 12. We could probably get that filled. We need 4 people.
What class?
E class 120 road for almost $4. I'd enter that. I got something that might work there.
120 road? In B?
Sure.
Oh, okay, I see.
What did you say?
E. E as in extra bad.
Echo.
This is why I'm trying to hook my mic back up.
God. I do not have a bird. Well, whatever. Fuck you, Phil.
Phil Zone.
Such a
Never-
dick.
He could pull it off. 120 road in E. 384. Fill it up. Wham.
I only got a few on, so we got a couple going. Let's go. I'm sure that's
That rock
200
race is
rock
live.
right now. Okay,
It's
So-
finished actually.
All right. I probably just donated 10 to 12 in the E120 road. Get in it, get on it, get going. The 160 track and D class is going. We'll get that rocking right now. I don't know where Sid is. Wish I had some. Anyways, Magic Man, Raptor Walking,
Yeah.
Son of a Bitcoin, Napalm in the Morning, Gremlin from Real Dev, Jeff Goldblum, Numbered Chicken from the BAWK Father, Bad Egg from Fancy Band, Old Badger's Mooey. We got Tavin Mallard, Bathtub Jen, and Nova.
Somebody has a bird named RossKnowsMath.com.
That's Fiverr.
I
Yes.
saw that one earlier.
It's probably my favorite named bird in the game. RossKnowsMath.com.
is Fiverr.
Oh, bring the pain. 1,
On your
2,
sister. And
3.
BAWK and Wham. You took out your sister,
Yes.
BAWK, and Wham.
Thought that was maybe Ross advertising
And I'm
for
back.
some tutoring classes.
Come on, Bathtub. Get on up there. Use
Now
them
this bird loves
stripes.
dropping.
These are my new birds I bought today. Oh!
Devo.
Oh, come on. I'm going to double podium on this one. That's what I'm going to do.
Jeff Goldblum.
I love that.
These 2 birds, I've had 2 11-12s already today with them.
And you hated this bird. Imagine.
Hated it. Finally figured it out. Hated it. Oh, no.
Devo.
See, he's coming for my birds. No? Ooh,
No.
They're still safe.
Apparently you were
Still
meant
safe.
to podium in this race.
Die off. Okay, there's your boost,
There's
and now you're
that
dying.
boost. Nah,
Get out of here. I don't want a double podium
not
second,
happening.
third. Here comes Magic Man.
Badger's Mooey's going to take it. Son of a Bitcoin's going to steal it.
As long as Magic Man takes this victory. Ooh, I don't know. That's close.
I don't think so. I think he just got
I
the
don't
win.
think he did. I don't think Napalm held on, but I think Magic Man did.
Yep.
Ha!
Nope. Napalm by a head.
It's fine. Magic Man's now great. He's safe from fusion.
Shitbird.
Safe from fusion, the Magic Man.
All right, 120 Road is live. Let's see who's in this. We got Roscoe's Racers, Bizarre Imaginarium, Grateful Coops, Stay Badass, Roostars Racing, MBF Express, Bachfather, Chicken Express, The Chigs, State a Jam,
Some new names.
Numbered Wallet, and Dude.
Is that B3 Dude? Just change his name to Dude. That'd
I
be
don't
funny.
That bird actually
Right.
looks like Jeff Goldblum. Aw, Phil, you son of a bitch. You're going to give me false hopes.
Oh yeah, that's the death run right there.
Fucking Anvil's
See you
going to
later.
land.
Bye
Wham!
bye.
That better mean your jetpack's going to fucking win me the race. I hate this bird. He's
I
like,
prefer-
he is 7, 24, and like 13.
I
You
prefer to
keep
be
running.
right around fifth off the right out of the gate. That's,
Yeah, I like that pack right there, kind of where my bird is sitting, but that pack in the middle, like they all look like they got a shot. Who's this pounding up with the white beak?
That is Shelanita.
I don't know that one.
Oh, that's a new
newer.
coop.
It's a newer bird.
Seda Jam. That's a good looking bird. I like the white on
Yeah.
white
White on white with the wild moss.
with the
Very
wild
nice.
moss. Yeah, it pops.
Yeah.
These
Wham's
FUD,
on
these
first,
FUD
right?
eyes don't pop that much. No, Wham is
put some glasses on those FUD eyes.
Wham's not
Where's
in this
Wham?
race.
Wham didn't even get in this race, you punk.
Come
ass.
on, Phil, you son of a bitch.
There's something about FUD eyes.
I
Yeah,
know you love him.
Phil, come on, dude.
Is that a
Jetpack.
headband on him?
Jet-
it almost looks like a Santa hat.
Yeah,
It's
it's
a
a
headband.
headband, but it's with the red. It was a boring race.
Yeah,
Just
the race
paint by
was
numbers.
lame. Congrats.
Paint by
Cross.
numbers.
Congrats. Fuck you. Roostars, the Chig, and
Roostars.
Spiver.
Spinning wheel.
Oh, I realized
I
that
love your
the
name.
black hole was in there. My Yumulac.
Wow. Has that bird gotten any better since MPO?
No.
This is a 200 rock C race we filled up first. Let's see, we got Water Racing with Shaquille O'Neal, RossKnowsMath.com. We got Eeyore from Grateful Coops. I got a donkey head finally. Unholy Roller, a Coop Rocco. Fancy Band with a numbered Sultan. Red Star Belgrade. Grateful Coops with a numbered Sultan. Pop, Lock, and Flock It with a numbered
It's a lot
Sultan
of
here.
new names.
LFG Racing with Big Cock on the blocks. Blue Chew, numbered Sultan, and Bells from Chicken Express. Red Star Belgrade out
World's
to a
worst
lead.
Jetpack. Good
Dude,
lord.
I saw a jetpack earlier that went like literally,
yes,
this
I
far.
saw one I got too. It was
and
a
it
day or
like,
two ago.
and he didn't do it again like I anticipated. It's like,
Nope, nothing.
That's one
I
of the
saw
new
a
Sultans I just bought.
CK-47 within 10 meters the other day.
Really?
There's a painful when they pop back. You think like, oh, is it gonna pop and be there? No, it
It'd be
shoots back to
nice
where it was.
if-
Yeah, I know.
I don't know. It would be nice if
You
they
know,
bird
talking about the
just
CK?
stayed in the front
Yeah.
when they
But
jump up
I've
there.
noticed this. If they're on a sprint, like if it's, I had a bird that actually got a boost, but it's whatever it would be normally running.
Right, it's what it would have done. Yeah.
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 Yeah, but normally,
So far,
Hey.
Chicken Express and Pop, Lock, and Flock It and Eeyore in the top three at the moment. We got a jetpack
There we
going
go.
off. Red Star Belgrade. This is another good one. 100 meters to go. That'll be a good one.
Jetpack coming in.
All right, they're catching up. Got this donkey coming for
Donkey.
you.
I love that floofy. Look how pretty that bird
Oh,
is.
yeah.
I love all the floopies.
God damn. This is a
Double
sprint.
jetpack. Not gonna do it.
70 meters to go, and it's a dead heat sprint.
But that double jetpack, I mean, that's the funny thing. This
It might
jetpack
even go
could
off
a
again.
third. Right, but it won't. But it's like it's not a third jetpack. It's just that like.
have you
it's that
found
special
that
animation.
double talents normally don't equate to a win? Seems like that for me all the time. Like if I go off twice, it's normally not a place.
I think I was looking that up. My double talent boost talents are usually pretty good, but I mean, if it had a bad number, if
Man.
it rolled a 9,
Pretty
like a
uneventful.
ninth place, two talents, it probably isn't going to do it.
Top
Especially if
three
they're common.
stayed the same.
Go floofy bird. That was
Oh,
awesome.
boy. Let's see. Any others? Bueller.
I think the impact of talents is very respective of the talent
Mhm.
and the bird. Like talents have their slots in distance and probably terrain as well, obviously, but like they have their slots, and then you like put the bird on top of that, and they can be like really effective at a certain range and not on others.
It's and we've speculated about that the shorter of the two goes towards the defensive or offensive talents, if you will, and then the longer of the two, as far as short, medium, long, are the boost talents. I've kind of seen that hold pretty true, all in all. But obviously, I'd have to do a lot more breakdown on that.
One thing I've been thinking about recently is, so I've started noticing that I have some birds where, like, I know it's a short bird, but it leans heavily towards 100 or 120, and like the other one is way off. What is doing that? Is that just I need to race it more?
Variance. I don't know.
Or do you think there's actually something built in within the birds that's actually splitting it down even further than what we just look at as terrain preference?
I've asked this question a long time ago, and Deli gave us the answer that it is virtually the same.
But that would over 1,000 races, 2,000 races of each one, they would start to even out.
Well, they said virtually the same. However, he did say, in kind of uncertain terms, that there are other things like their talent and whatnot that may make the 120 a little bit more advantageous than the 100. So
they did say that? So there are certain factors at play that may make it
like talent and stuff like that. Like, the longer you run, the more chance you have for your talent to go off. So there's if you have a long distance black hole or royal procession, that's probably better because you have way more shots for it to go off. Doesn't mean that that it will do better on long, but if you have one, like I'm pretty sure Josh's Her Majesty is that way because it's royal procession and it loves 200, so it's kind of the perfect bird for that. But yeah, so it's a bit tricky.
I have a bird that's like 25% at 100, 25% at 140, 25% at 200.
How many total races?
Quite a bit, but they're spread out all around. But how do you explain those variances? Now, it has a stripe, so I don't know if the
terrain preference is it overall, or is it just straight terrain?
So here's what
I'm
thinking.
Terrain.
I'm thinking that the stripes give it maybe a boost on the shorter distance. Maybe its talent is giving it some type of boost on its middle distance or whatever, and then its heritage is giving its preference on its longer.
Why wouldn't the stripes boost all of them though?
Well,
I don't know. I haven't noticed stripes that have been. Most of my striped birds are short birds, short track birds. So I don't know.
My stripe floofy is 180-200, and it is.
But is that because it's a sultan?
Everyone, shut up! BAWK's trying to talk.
Okay, go ahead. The stripes doesn't have a correlation to distance, but what you're also seeing is deviation. How do you know? Deli freaking told us that one. It's got a boost.
It just says stripes go zoom.
Right, but they typically perform better than a chicken of the same color. Is essentially the way.
That doesn't tell me anything that it doesn't have any type of preference.
What you're saying though,
black chickens boost your distance, so I wouldn't imagine stripes would have without us knowing that.
Dude, y'all know classic chickens are the fucking best game in the game. Like whatever. No. What you're seeing is actual like talent versus pref versus like terrain pref and then distance pref, right? You're seeing all these play out, and then your talent also plays into that. And they've never admitted that there's a talent preference or like a machete works better on short, or a dig works better on long.
Dirt and dig.
But statistically, you play that into your distance prefs. Like I would love to see a Sultan machete that is really great, because machete is a very short-term or short distance talent, and I've not found one yet that actually
it's a Sultan,
distance. Yeah, because Sultan is boosted at long distance.
Right, that's what I'm
and
saying.
The talent is short. So
it should be a machete Sultan that would have a longer distance preference there because of the Sultan. And if you're saying machete is
with
short,
that bird, I think what you would see like for some reason that bird is really good at 120, but its real preferences are at like 180 or something, and then it's on like a completely different terrain.
I mean, aren't you really like if you got to think about the frequencies that these things are going off in too? If you got a high frequency talent and you run a 200-meter race, you're obviously got a higher chance of that thing going off and helping you win a race. Now, I'm also curious on the fact of, is there a role like that we don't know about of like common, uncommon, rare, ultra rare, that like the common talent has a more likely chance to roll and hit, right? Which is maybe why you see more machetes going off in 100 meters, because you're only getting one dice roll of a talent or two at the most And if it's a common talent and it's weighted to where a common talent's going to fire more often than the others, maybe that's what we're seeing. But again, that's just me spitballing, curious.
I don't think we have definitive proof on any of it yet. Actually, I know we don't, but I do believe it's a contributing factor that cannot be denied, because I like Floofy. Can some reason can like kill it on 100, but really is a 180 bird, and that's the talent I think kicking in. That's my opinion.
But if she's killing it on 100, is it 100 across the board, or is it 100 on her preferred terrain?
100 on grass, oddly, I think is where it is.
But is that her preferred?
Not that, which is not dirt, which would be the.
Because like Diablo, if I get Diablo back down to B class, I can throw him into any B road race, and he usually gets a podium. Not always wins unless it's 180, 200, but like he's usually hitting second or third in a lot of those other road races, because I'm pretty sure that's his preferred terrain, and that's where I feel like the terrain boost comes into effect. And there's like, I've been strictly running all my Sultans long distance, assuming that they're all just going to be long distance birds, but without trying to find, like if I run them and shorter distances, maybe I will find their terrain preference standing out a little more because I'm hitting those podiums, right?
Walk hard. I think it's a 94 Sultan moving walkway of mine. And Walk Hard does really good at I think it's 160 road, which is not really what you would think, but for some reason the moving walkway seems to hit on that 160, which is not characteristic of a Sultan. So I think there's some distance preferences in these talents that are nuanced that maybe wasn't even directly programmed in. It's something that maybe they don't have a reveal for, because it's just something we're seeing in the stats that's milking itself out after a bunch of races.
That makes enough sense in my mind, mainly because these boost talents, especially when they're I was going to ask Blake earlier, those birds you said that you see go off double talents a lot and they don't win. If they're common talents, then those common talents, the boosts are, they're fine, but they don't give you that huge boost. So you're just talking about Floofy, BAWK. That's a dig, so that's an uncommon boost. So it's going to give you a little bit better, and that boost every time is going to be great, or better than even just like a standard Cooper would be. So in the end, we just when you really break these down by piece by piece, just look at 100 road, just look at 100 dirt, and you really look through these, you start to see man, there's actually some good birds out here that if you just ran them where you're supposed to run them, they would do well. And then there's other things that are just crazy variants, and we don't know how those things are matched up. That 160 Sultan on road maybe just has a slightly higher road preference, and that's why it just kind of does better on road, and it's done pretty well. Maybe it's only 50 races. 50 races seems like a lot, but it's really not. So really, a lot of this, I think we just need to keep running them and seeing things even out, because we can make some kind of false correlations too.
And this was kind of one thing I brought up off air at the beginning, because with Fusion around the corner, how do you know you're not fusing an already good racer if you haven't properly ran it to determine whether it's and so I think that's going to be interesting to see.
I'm 100% fusing a good racer on accident. I don't give a shit. I'm blasting some birds.
Well, it's gonna not to mention this is something I can kind of figure it out, but I can't quite figure it out either. Scal behind me is now trash. Cannot win. Doesn't do anything. But then my 97 oncoming storm black hole is now a 35% podium, 12% win bird. All based on the MPO starting on February 14th. So when I've gone back and I've looked at both Chicken.tools. I've done February 14th on all of my birds again, just to check again, because things change drastically from that point, and they still change drastically from season to season right now. So
Cheshire hasn't been doing very well since MPO, but it is what it is.
So, I mean, with Cheshire, I mean, is that actually Cheshire? Like Fuckboy is like he's one of Floofy's biggest nemesis.
Mm-hmm.
And do we consider using this bird when the game dynamic is always changing, and we know it's going to change again, right?
Right.
Like we may go back to dynamic. So we're. Like I'm slamming birds, but what do y'all think about that aspect? Like the game's gonna change.
Since I bought that striped floofy, I've you know how like I about weekly think about like, man, what if I mashed my striped floofy 95 blue rooster with Cheshire, who's a track preference bird by and large, with a white beak. Get the white beak stripes, floof, track preference, blue rooster. I mean, I could do it all. But do I want to? Cheshire, I know he's a good bird. He's positive. His ROI is $300 up, in all of his 1,000 races. So he's a good bird.
Yeah, why would you burn that bird? I wouldn't burn him until I find out that. Yeah, but what if you make him worse?
Not if I'm locking in all that stuff that I know is good. How could I make it worse if I know?
But you don't know. What if the Coleman Waddle's a deciding factor and it ends up flipping them wrong, and now it's a messed up bird?
But also,
all right, where's my fucking tinfoil sounder, Blake? Because
you don't know. You don't know.
I feel like we would have heard something on Coleman Waddle by now.
You can lock it in. If you can lock it in, it has to do something. Otherwise, you wouldn't be able to lock it in. They're allowing you to lock in track preference, for God's sake.
So, Josh, since MPO, February 14th, Cheshire is 7-15-3 in 93 races.
Yeah.
So that's the thing. Like,
and that's mostly all 180, 200 track and road, I imagine.
Yeah.
Which is and that's what targeted racing. That's not scatter racing.
It's 78 of the 93 races
because
on track and road.
In like how many in almost 100 races, I was 50 plus. I was 50% plus in 180 track with that bird.
Yeah,
with a like 20% win rate.
Yeah, if I do pre-talent, no, sorry, not pre-talent, but if I go pre-February 14th. Plus 367, 10, and 30, 101, 84, and 97 in 962 races, and very good on track, 40, 21, and 18 in 222. Yeah, excellent bird, but not anymore. So it's like, but BAWK said it again. It's going to change again. So we know this. There is a level of what are we doing? We could screw up. We could take something we really shouldn't have fused and did it. But you also get a runic, and it means everything.
But here's the flip side. But here's the flip side, and I know when I say this, the first thing people are gonna say, that could be years from now. But when breeding comes, and we know it's gonna come eventually, why wouldn't I wait and just try and breed these two to get the same result of a robust outcome? That's the 100%. Thing. That's
because you can do it now.
I know.
Fuse now.
But But here's the thing: I can keep making those birds potentially. You know what I mean? Like, And I get it. Maybe breeding is just a dice roll, but I know fusion. I can lock in.
Here's the key, though: if you pair up two like birds, you can essentially breed a clone out every single time, because that dice roll is still the 50-50s that now 100 every time.
Yeah, right, for the Royal Violet, but white beak and stripes aren't going to carry over.
Think if I had my striped 95 striped Sultan, exact same beak, comb and waddle across the board. I pair both of those together, and I just create baby after baby after baby of the same damn bird over and over again.
Well, beyond that, before going cosmetics, we all wanted to get breeding partners that look the same because we thought that might help. But really, you want to find a bird that is a long distance sand and has this, and maybe have slightly different talents, and make sure that you're putting two sand long distance birds together over and over again. You know,
if it's one or the other, and it just takes one, right?
I'm going to tell you this, guys, again for like second week in a row. Breeding is nothing more than fusion, but in reverse. It's the same mechanic.
Right, but without the mutations, I get that. And I'm imagining that.
With the mutations, different mutations. It's the same shit, guys.
Listen, BAWK,
No,
it isn't the
But wouldn't
same
that defeat
because
the
there's
purpose of
mutations
fusion
funneled into it.
mutating?
It's you're only able to get out of a bred bird one of the 50-50 traits of either bird. Huh?
Who said that?
That is what.
Who said that you're only going to be able to get X out of the breeding? It didn't know.
You can only get, if you have X and Y, let's say, you can't get Z like you can with fusion. Right now we got Z's in there.
When were the rules of breeding released?
Well, it was always, they haven't been, but it's always under the assumption that,
because I'm telling you right now, fusion is nothing but breeding in reverse. It's a deflationary mechanism, but the mechanics are the same. Now, granted,
it can't be the same if you're throwing in additional
hold on.
pieces to it. You cannot say something is the same when it's different.
Well, hold on.
Period.
The same? Are you saying the same as in there could be mutations as well within breeding?
There's not going to be
the same exact mechanic.
So you think there's going to be mutations in breeding, is what you're saying?
Yes, of course.
I don't know. Then why? I don't agree with that. I think that you have fusion.
Go find me one post that proves me wrong.
Fine. Well,
there isn't any.
I can't
There
prove
isn't
a
any.
negative.
We know that.
Time
That's
out.
because
Time
there's
out.
no
Time
information.
Time out. You can't prove a negative. You gotta.
You can't prove a positive. No, like they have shown us the one mechanic they have to manipulate the supply of birds. The mechanic has been shown to produce mutations. Now, it is a deflationary mechanic. But the inflationary mechanic is actually the same damn thing. It's just the other way around.
I don't know.
Here's the thing.
This feels
you
unfair
can't say
because
that.
Deli's on vacation and normally
But you
he's in
can't.
the chat.
We don't.
He would've chimed
Are you
in.
The thing
Deli?
is we can't assume that there's gonna be when literally Dr. Droob is Dr. Droob gonna be inseminating our birds too? Is that how we're gonna breed? I mean, the whole point of Dr. Droob is to create these odd things. Without that, breeding is. Anyways, we can't. I can't. Wait till it comes out. You can't prove it.
Please come back every week.
Yeah.
Loud noises.
Hey, we all give a shit. I get it.
We do.
And the thing is, you're both wrong, and maybe you're both right. We don't know yet.
We
don't know anything about breeding.
How about this?
And I mentioned this before, BAWK. Like I too similarly think that what we're seeing with the fusion is similar to what we're gonna see with breeding.
I do agree with
like I
that
said,
statement.
but I don't think the locking mechanics will be the same. I think breeding, it's got to be something that you're free rolling because you don't know what you're gonna get when you're breeding.
But it's going to be one of the traits that have come from the parents.
Maybe there are mutations, but not mutations in the sense of like what fusion produces, but something different of like different colored birds, different beak accessories, things like that, but that aren't like a translucent or a runic or a plucked. Like you're not going to get those things.
You're going to get different combinations of like comb and waddle.
Different. I get what you're saying. But we don't know.
Of course it's going to be different. Why would they have a whole other roll of the freaking dice and it be the same thing?
It's the same thing, but different.
Yes. Attribute name equals X. Oh my god. Throwing fingerboards over here.
Fingerboards. Where's my fingerboard?
It's on the way.
Where's
Mine should be on the way. Anyways, well, listen. All I want are some. I would love to hear some breadcrumbs on breeding. I think again back to the comment of when fusion kicks off, I'm really not gonna go ham until I know what I've got, and I don't want any surprises down the road. Not saying you guys shouldn't go and fuse. I've definitely got a handful of birds. I'm ready to fuse, regardless of any breeding information that we were. If we are to receive it, I don't care. I've got a few that I'm already ready to mash, but like to go crazy. I kind of want to know a little bit of something, like if there's farming perks, if there's breeding perks, those things, I feel like we need them. But anyway,
that's one of the things we haven't made any headway on. So I don't know. Well, I'll keep barking the tune, but we haven't made any headway on.
Mine too, Brett. Yeah. My head hurts too.
We aren't gonna get anything there.
I'm gonna be very less likely to. I'm going to be very picky with what I fuse if we don't know what the future holds.
I mean, as you should. I mean, you should.
I'll tell you right now, in life, it don't matter. This is crypto. You never know what the future holds. They could change all the rules.
Sure, and then I'll
But
adjust accordingly.
What you can do is you can take what you know at this point in time and bend it to maybe benefit you in the short or long term. That you can do. But you can't guarantee shit.
Well, on that note, I can guarantee
I was
you
gonna
this.
See ya. My
On
computer's
that
about to
note, I
die.
can guarantee you this. There is a registration form out there to get into the Coop Collective Sprint. It is open for 48 hours. It will kick off Friday night, 7:30 Eastern Time. Make sure you get in. It is .005 to enter, and it will be top 5 win, prize pool, money pool. Yeah. Get in. Look for the link. It should be in the Coop Collective Discord. I'll make sure to add it to the bottom of this video. And we'll be kind of trying to blast that around here and there. But yes, that's been our show this week. It's been fun. Tyler, glad you got power back. Glad you could
guys are
join us.
welcome.
I think this was the first show that Wham gave you a compliment. With that, I am at Grateful Coops. We are the Coop Collective. We have at BAWK Father. We have MBF Express. We have Water Racing. We'll see you next week. And yeah, we'll see you next week with some results of our first WETH event. We'll see you.
See ya.
Fuck out.
Bye.
Fuck off.
You can block yourself.
Wham's got a... can't believe Wham did that.